What's happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film with a brand new PRLostGalaxy 2014 review. And now here we are on the third and last chapter of my review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover in the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, consisting of Raphael as the Red Ranger and Tommy as a ninja foot soldier for the, Foot Clan from the TMNT universe, as seen in the Boom Studios Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 1 crossover. So now that we've gotten all the Turtles as Rangers, and then surprise have Tommy as a Foot Clan soldier, it would have been great if, even though I haven't read the books, but it would have been great if Casey Jones was that Foot soldier ninja, from the Foot Clan. But, I guess. So that we have an additional ancillary Tommy figure, even though it was only in the TMNT MMPR crossover from Boom Studios. So here's the front of the package for what Raphael and Tommy both look like in their respective getup, and then you also have the back render of them. And so Tommy as that foot ninja has that lightning effect, two lightning effect pieces, while Raphael has that one lightning effect piece for his daggers being based on the Red Ranger's power sword. And I forgot to mention on the left side of the box, featuring both the Lightning Collection and TMNT logo, the Power Rangers and TMNT logos on this side of the box, while this side of each of these boxes say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And then, of course, as with the other ones, PR, Lightning Collection, and TMNT's logos on the top of this box. So, for the last time, let's kick some shell. It's morphin' time. Okay, now that we have Raphael as the Red Ranger and Foot Clan Ninja Tommy out of the package, let's go over the accessories. First, I had to put the civilian Tommy head on because this was the default head that he came with, with this, that masked Foot Ninja mask, so I had to take that off. So you can see this is what the mask looked like, the full face mask. You can see some of Tommy's eye pupils, basically based on Jason David Frank's likeness underneath that mask, just like the Mighty Morphin Ninja White Ranger figure that I reviewed a while ago. Interchangeable hands for Raphael, so like with the other, Ranger Turtles, Ninja Turtle Rangers, these are Raphael's hands, but they're basically the same stock hands you'll have for even depending on whoever Turtle Ranger I got. And here's Tommy's hands for when he's that Foot Clan ninja. So you have those hands. Lightning effect piece, we've seen this before, but this is more of a darker blue version of that, fist punch effect, lightning effect. So not much different, but I've seen that effect a handful of times now. And then this lightning effect piece, another thing. So this ain't nothing new. So this is when they were getting a little lazy. But hey, another piece of this, so kudos. But then you got this swish effect for when you put this in one of the dagger swords for Raphael, like I seen on the render. So I have this lightning effect piece. So that's good and dandy to go. And then here's Raphael's civilian head, because now, again, this is basically based on Raphael from the comic and during the crossover between Power Rangers and TMNT. So you got this Raphael. So now that I have all of the Ninja Turtles civilian heads and April civilian heads, and yeah, so therefore, I really do like this Raphael head. This is like yet another angry turtle face sculpt that they chose to do, while Michelangelo was all happy, Leonardo was stern and stoic, while Donatello and Raphael are just pissed as hell. But hey, yeah, you can get a good glimpse of but Raphael is supposed to be like the angry, hot-headed one of the Turtles, because that's always been his character. And then this little mask piece, mask collar piece to cover up Tommy's face when in half, showing half of the mask. So speaking of Tommy, let's take a look at his Foot Clan figure. And now, if you should know that this Tommy head sculpt of, the late Jason David Frank, this is basically the same Tommy head sculpt they used from the Wave 7 Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Green Ranger release back in 2021. And, not much different. All they just had to do is just repaint this from green to purple to match the Foot Clan Ninja color scheme of, dark gray and purple that the Foot Clan Ninjas always was in Ninja Turtles. So yeah, that's great that we got yet another Ninja Tommy figure in the collection, so that's neat. But yeah, I'm not really that keen about this Foot Clan Ninja figure, but I mind this being Tommy in the suit, this ninja suit, but I already got Tommy as the White Ninjetti Ranger, so this is a little good enough. So I'm gonna have to take this head off of Tommy. So yeah, but this is also a preview of when I do ever get the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, the one that has this Tommy head, and wait until when I get that Mighty Morphin Green Ranger figure soon, so I can finally finish Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the main team, in 2025, which was one of my many plans that I wanted to do this year for the reviews this year in 2025 since the beginning. So here's the Foot Clan Ninja Tommy, you know, fully masked, and so yeah, we got yet another Ninja Tommy. But the real attraction is now completing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in April if they were Power Rangers. So here's Raphael with his sword, you know, dagger swords that are based off the Red Ranger's power sword. So it makes sense because, you know, Raphael, since he has, like, if everybody knows about TMNT, Raphael always had that red eye band, you know, eye band. So it makes sense him being the Red Ranger, and this is no brainer. Like I said 2 videos ago, what was you expecting? Leonardo being the Red Ranger when Leonardo is always blue? Get out of here. So yeah, Raphael is the Red Ranger, and I really dig it because the Tyrannosaurus helmet with the Ninja Turtles aesthetic, so that's pretty good, and it's a very different, you know, Tyrannosaurus visor design and stuff. You know, you got the dark red eyes and the visor, and they did a good job also doing the, you know, the Tyrannosaurus teeth on both sides of the helmet, so that's a good thing. And then same shade of gold, so the shades of gold on the turtles are very consistent, and I have to give Hasbro kudos for that. So there you go. And then the gold on the their shell, the gold on the armbands, the gold on the, you know, the chest and around the groin, and then also the Tyrannosaurus power coin on Raphael. So now I have yet another Mighty Morphin Red Ranger figure, you know, in my disposal, alongside the main Mighty Morphin Red and Red Ninjetti. So now we're going to take a look at articulation points on both, and then we are complete on these Ninja Turtles. So okay, so, and also this is the katana sword that goes for the Foot Clan Ninja, but we'll just keep that in hand. So let's go over articulation points. So for the Foot Clan Ninja Tommy, head goes all the way well, so, but that ball joint was a little stiff and tight, but you know, when I switch out the heads, it was the butterfly joints are pretty good on this figure. Then you got the elbow crunches. The elbow crunches are really good on this figure, I have to give it that. Then elbow crunches on this figure. I know, with the sword, we'll just have him pose like this when, you know, how an honorary shinobi ninja would look, or, you know, especially like in the stance of like whenever I get the Alien Rangers later on. And then here's the abdomen crunch on, you know, the abdomen crunch on this is good. The leg spread is good, and then now the knee crunch is really spot on and good. So, and that was pretty quick too with that these legs. So this figure is really good. I really dig it. But I'm gonna see at the end of this review which of these two from this pack was the best figure. Now let's take a look at Raphael as the Red Ranger. You got the head, so we turn the head around. Let's see how it, you know, turns. So there you go. And then again, like I said with the other turtles, you can't do much of the butterfly joint you know, stuff, so you're gonna have to just let the arms stay where they are. Then the elbow crunches. Okay, elbow crunch is, like I said for the other turtles, there isn't much you can do in terms of bending the arms and, you know, do the elbow crunch on both the arms. But it's just, again, that's just how these figures were made. And because, again, like I said back in one of the last two, that the turtles' bodies are bulkier than your usual Power Ranger. When they did the Street Fighter Power Ranger figures, they should have did Ryu, Chun-Li, Cammy, and Ken all bulked up and stuff like in their video game counterparts, especially like in any of the Street Fighters I played in the recent memory, like Street Fighter 5 and even right now Street Fighter 6. Okay, back on main topic. Knee crunch on this leg for Raphael. Now, I don't know why, for some reason, Raphael, of all the turtles, why is his knee joint, well, and also, well, yeah, you had fast knee movement on this leg, but I'm having a hard time, just like with one of his brothers, that they had some really bad knee joints. But again, they still had some, again, these are good figures and they were solid, but yeah, they still had some imperfections, but I'm not going to fully complain about them, but yeah, they were still solid figures. So that's it for the Ninja Turtles, and, you know, as the Power Rangers. Yeah, put Foot Clan Ninja Tommy away. I mean, I felt like he just felt like a very ancillary figure to have, but I was really more attracted by how April O'Neil and the Turtles look as Power Rangers. Now, I don't know in any of the recent volumes of TMNT MMPR with Casey Jones, because if they had continued, like I said many times, I don't know, I tend to repeat myself, if they continued the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and if they did more TMNT Power Ranger crossover packs, we could have gotten to see what Casey Jones would have looked like if, I don't know if in those comics, if Casey Jones was like his variation of the Mighty Morphin White Ranger, because knowing Casey Jones, he has that white hockey mask, similar to like Jason Voorhees or the Phantasm from Batman Mask of the Phantasm. You know they could have made him like a like an honorary White Ranger or something. If Shredder, when I do get Green Ranger Shredder, if the Shredder in the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover is the Green Ranger, what if Casey Jones in this kind of thing was the White Ranger? Now think about that possibility. I don't know about Splinter, but Splinter would act like as their Zordon or something, but Master Splinter was the Turtle Zordon, while Zordon was the Power Rangers' own Master Splinter, but in a who's a floating head in a tube and all, not a talking rat guy, sensei. But yeah, but also let's swap out Raphael, because knowing he ain't the leader, Leonardo is. Sorry, Raph, I understand you and Leo are not on good terms half of the time. But yeah, I really do love these Ninja Turtle figures of the Power Rangers. Now, of the crossover figures I've reviewed in the last month, I don't even know if I like these or the Street Fighter figures more, but I gotta say, I actually like the Ninja Turtle figures a little bit more than the Street Fighter figures. I mean, the Street Fighter figures were pretty darn good, but it's just, they had a lot to be left desired in some places, and knowing I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan just as much as I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, it would basically, I would have to come to terms with the fact that the Turtles had like the better crossover figures in the Lightning Collection. Now, if anybody's curious if am I going to do the Cobra Kai figures next? Now, to be honest, I'm not a Cobra Kai fan. Now, I know there's crossover figures of them. I'm not interested in doing the Cobra Kai figures. I'm sorry, folks, but if you really want me to do those figures for your sake, I may not, I don't know. But I just really am not a fan of Cobra Kai. I mean, I understand it's based on, the Karate Kid franchise, but I just have never been a Cobra Kai fan. I've never been a Karate Kid fan. I mean, I probably have seen a bit of one of the movies, but I just never really cared for that franchise. I'm sorry. But, Cobra Kai and Power Rangers could work, but, all the times, ever since Cosmic Fury ended, with the rumors and, word of mouth about this Power Rangers reboot, where you have a bunch of fans clamoring about if the entire cast of Cobra Kai were Power Rangers for Hasbro's upcoming reboot thing. Now, here's the thing. Those actors that are the Cobra Kai cast, I hate to break it to you, just like with the 2017 movie cast, they're way too old to be teenagers with attitude for a possible Power Rangers movie reboot. It would have worked back after, in case of the 2017 movie flopped or something. That Cobra Kai cast is now too old to be Power Rangers. Well, if you're going to do Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because they're teenagers with attitude in high school and stuff, with these extraordinary powers beyond imagination and all, but I really feel as though no, because I never watched Cobra Kai, so I'm not going to consider that entire cast for Power Rangers. Because let's face it, that cast is aging out of the roles that they played, and they're too old to play teenagers. So it's just time to move on from that. But yeah, so here we are with the Ninja Turtle figures, and I've already did the Street Fighter figures a while ago. So like I said, I think the Ninja Turtle figures are probably the best they've done for crossover figures of Power Rangers in the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Now, the Street Fighter, like I said, the Street Fighter figures were good, but they were flawed. But the Ninja Turtle figures, I think, were no better. But then again, there was some figures of these three 2-packs that I actually like. Now, Raphael was good. If I hate to say, the only figure of the 2 figures from this 2-pack I reviewed, I think was the best playable figure would have to be Ninja, Foot Ninja Tommy. And yeah, I should have never did that. Yeah, so therefore, that's it. That is it for the review, and I hope you guys tune in for whatever I have next coming up. So there you have it. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.